All right, number 1. On which interval is the graph increasing? So it's going up to the vertex, okay? We read it from left to right. So it's going from negative infinity to negative 2. That should really be parentheses there. So we got C. On which interval is the graph positive? It's positive above the x-axis, so it's positive from negative 4 to 0. Negative 4 to 0. Remember, we read it left to right on the x-axis. Okay. So next, compare to the graph number 1 to its parent function of y equals x squared. So the parent function, we'd have our vertex at 0, 0, point at 1, 1, negative 1, 1, 2, 4, negative 2, 4. And that would be the parent. Okay. So the transformation here would be left 1, 2, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4. So left 2, up 4, and reflected over the x-axis. 2 units to the left, up 4, reflected over the x-axis. Okay. Okay. All right, number 4. So first graph is y equals negative 6. So we want to look at the domain of it. It's from 4 to, it's from negative 10 to 2. Open circle, closed circle. So it cannot be B or D because of the domains there. Those are not the right domains. Has to be A or C. My next line, y equals negative 2x, that domain is from 2 to 8. If we look on the x-axis, that's not the right line, sorry. It is, if we have y equals negative 2x, we'd be down 2. Right 1, down 2, right 1. So that's not even it, sorry. So that can't be A. It has to be C, because we're up 2, right 1, domain from 2 to 8. Okay?
It never gets old.
All right. Number 5, is the given sequence arithmetic? If so, what's the common difference? Yes, and the common difference is 7. Find the second and third term of the sequence. We are increasing by, not 7, no, number 6. We're increasing by 17 each time. So what would be the next one? And then,
42.
Good. Find the 113th term of the sequence. So the first term is negative 10 plus the 113th term minus 1 times the common difference of 3. We're adding 3 each time. So that's negative 10 plus 112 times 3, which that is negative 10 plus 336. So we get 326 there. All right, here we go. Use a graph. What is the solution of the following inequality? So negative x squared plus 16, that graph there, it already eliminates answers A and C because that negative reflects it over the x-axis. So then from there, we're looking at where it's greater than 0. So we're looking at where it's above the x-axis. So B, that domain is negative 4 to 4, and that's above the x-axis. So B is our answer. If you look at D, it's negative infinity to negative 4, which is below, and then 4 to infinity, which is below. All right, number 10. We'd put that in our calculator, okay? Ooh. Put that in our calculator. Negative x plus 3. All right, would give us our blue line there. Absolute value of 3x plus 9 would give us that V shape. We hit the trace button, and we trace it, and we get negative 1.5. And then trace it, drag it, we get negative 6. Okay, negative 6 there. So that is how you get that solution there. Okay. All right, 11. I'm going to solve this system. So a couple different ways that we can do it. The graphing it is hard because if you put it in slope-intercept form in the first line, that's way off the graph. So you could do it on a separate sheet. So honestly, I think the easiest thing to do is to just do like elimination here. So I would subtract y, and make these two equations negative 4x minus y equals 12. And then the second equation, 4x minus 4y equals 8. And then add them to eliminate the x, which that would give me negative 5y equals 20. Divide by negative 5. Y would equal negative 4. All right. So then I'd plug it back in. You can plug it into any one of the originals. If I plugged it back into the first one, I would have negative 4x equals negative 4 plus 12. Negative 4x equals 8. Divide by negative 4, x equals negative 2. So the answer would be negative 2, negative 4, which would be A. Negative 2, negative 4. So D is the same graph, but that ordered pair is wrong. All right, 12 and 13. So on number 12 here, I'm going to do substitution. I'm going to divide by negative 4, get y equals negative x minus 3. I'm going to take that and plug it in for y in my second equation. So that will give me negative 3x minus 4 times negative x minus 3 equals 7. Distribute the negative 4, negative 3x plus 4x plus 12 equals 7. So it'll give me x equals, subtract that 12, negative 5. All right, so x is negative 5, so it has to be C. If you plug that back in, that gives you negative 5 minus 3, which is 5, minus 3, which gives you that 2. Okay. And then for 13, it is set up to do elimination. 3x plus 3y equals 8 plus negative 3x minus 3y equals negative 8. And everything cancels, which gives you 0 equals 0, which means the solution is
Infinite.
infinitely many.